Today, we're gonna talk about that dirty little secret that you've been hiding. It's hiding in your laundry room, it's hiding in your closets, it's hiding under your bed, it's hiding everywhere. Today, we're gonna talk about our death piles. Now, since there's no textbook definition as to what a death pile is, I'm just going to tell you what I consider a death pile. For me, a death pile is not just a pile of unlisted items. To me, a death pile is a pile of your unlisted items that you keep putting off listing. And when I say put off listing, I mean maybe it's not at the top of your list. You know, if you have a whole bunch of things, the death pile might consist of the things that you picked up and said, I'll list it later, or it's too much work, I don't feel like listing it right now. That's what a death pile is. A death pile is a pile of the unlisted stuff that you just keep putting off and putting off. And as a lovely treat, I'm gonna take you out into my storage space and show you my death piles. Just so that you can know that I firsthand know exactly how all of you are feeling. Okay, so here's the first section of death piles for me. And we're going to start with this one because it's the neatest section of death piles. You will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tough boxes, and they are full of jeans. They're all full of jeans. They are not only full of jeans, but they are all women's jeans. I have them pretty much separated by size. These are the first, this is my first attempt at getting a little bit more organized with my unlisted inventory. So, you know, we've got the smallest sizes to the biggest sizes. There's like a few in each, you know, sizes 1 through 4 is in one. And then 6 and 8, and then some 8 and 10, 12, 14, 14, 16, and then more. So, but those I still consider death piles because, you know, they're not listed. They're not making me any money. They're just sitting. And here's the second part to my death piles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bins. Yes, there are bins of things hiding under here. Oh, and then an extension here. This, just ignore. That's like, we're preparing for a garage sale. So that's just, yeah. But then over here we have 2 more tough boxes. It's just like the ones across the room that have the women's jeans in them. These have men's jeans, and they are a little bit bigger. That's why there's only 2. So there is men's jeans. There's not as many in here, but there's still jeans in there. There's still jeans sitting in there not making me any money. And then 5 additional bins over here. Then on top we have, oh looky there, more bins. We have 1 bin, 2 bin, and then a box. This is actually a box that was given to me by my cousin. She was like, here, we're not using this stuff, just list it. So that's why it's a part of the death pile, because it's nothing that I purchased. So that's part 2 of the death piles. Part 3 of the death piles is the death pile that is in my office. This is the corner right by the door. This is a combination of I need to wash it, and I need to put it on Poshmark or something. I don't even know. It's just a pile. It's a pile. And then this is not a death pile. It's actually everything that I sourced at the end of last week that I did a haul video for, and I just never put it away. So that's not a death pile, but that's just more stuff. And I may or may not have 2 more bins of clothes upstairs being washed. They're being washed so I can list them, but there's still 2 more bins. Okay, so now that you've seen all of my death piles, and I'm really embarrassed, Now let's talk about some motivating factors to get rid of those death piles, or at least to start working on them. For me, personally, it's so hard to get started. It's so easy just to keep putting it off and putting it off. The hardest part is getting started. So the way I see it, there are 3 main motivators to get you started listing on that death pile of yours. Motivating factor number 1. Are you irritating the hell out of your spouse? Because I know I am. Sometimes the nagging alone is enough to get you started listing your death pile. Has it started working for me yet? Not really. But the motivating factors numbers 2 and 3 are doing a pretty good job. Motivating factor number 2, your stress level. Seeing all of those piles cannot be helping with stress. Once you start tackling those death piles and you start seeing those items move and get put away and you know that it's done, it has this calming effect on you. Believe it or not, my death pile was twice as big. It was twice as big. Only when it finally started getting listed did the stress start to melt away. So never underestimate the power of decreasing your stress level. And the more you get going, the easier it gets. So save yourself the stress and get listing on that death pile. Motivating factor number 3 to get that death pile listed is all of the money that you are leaving in the pile. The money that you've spent sourcing and the money that you're not getting because it's not selling. So I did some pretty terrifying math. And I'm going to tell you about my math, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same math. And maybe that will be your main motivating factor to listing everything in your death pile. I know that it's my main motivating factor. Here's some scary math. Okay, so all of those bins filled with clothing items. I estimate that I have between $25 and $50 worth of merchandise that I've sourced per bin. Okay, somewhere if a bin is full or overflowing, I can about guess that I spent about $25 or $50 just because I know what my sourcing limits are. I know that usually a bin holds, 25 items, and I spent anywhere from $1 to $2 per item. So that's $25 to $50. I counted 18 bins. 18 bins. Yeah. So on the low end, let's just say each bin was $35 worth of merchandise. Each bin is $35 worth of merchandise. $35 worth of merchandise times 18 bins came out to $630. I have $630 on average sitting in piles and in bins. $630 just sitting around. Yeah. And if you want to take it one step further, I always shoot to get triple money back, right? So tripling $630 means that I could have an additional $1,890 if I listed everything and it sold. I have almost $1,900 in net profits just sitting around my basement unlisted. What the hell is the matter with me? $1,900 in profits just laying around. Have I lost my mind? That's what happens when you let such a daunting thing take over your emotions. You lose out on money. So, this video is all about encouraging you to look at your death pile and do what it takes to motivate yourself to list it. Which of those motivating factors is going to be the one to do it for you? Is it going to be the fact that you're annoying your spouse? Maybe. You might be able to live with it. They nag at other things anyway. Reason number 2, de-stressing yourself. Maybe if you're super stressed, that's going to be your motivating factor. Or number 3, the money. I encourage you to put things in bins, count up everything, figure out how much money you've spent, and take a look at that dollar amount. And then look at how much net profit you could be getting from those items that you're not getting. That alone should be reason enough to encourage you to list. $1,900 in profits. Well, I'm gonna cut this video short and sweet because I have got a lot of listing to do. Gotta make that money. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. If you have any questions or comments, you can feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I hope you will. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye.